So this is part 2, folks. Welcome back. I apologize. Somebody called my phone, took care of our recording. So we're gonna just jump right back into it, Evan. We talked about 30-14, and all of a sudden, I thought the play calling got really conservative, and it wasn't as aggressive as it was in the first half. And I understand we're trying to eat clock, but it wasn't working. We weren't sustaining drives in that second half, and I think that led to getting their offense back on the field, and then defensively we couldn't stop them. So what do you think's going on with that play calling?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the play calling. I know, it didn't help that Rodgers had 2 interceptions in that second half, one of which was, I don't know what he was thinking. It was the one that I think it was the throw to Cobb that was at the intercept, I believe, the 5-yard line. Rodgers was very good at putting the ball on the outside shoulder, so if his guy can't catch it, nobody can. Puts it on the Cobb's inside shoulder, Cobb can't get to it, and, they get intercepted. For whatever reason, the Packers' offense became an all-or-nothing offense. Either we're going to strike with the big play or we're going to get nothing. And it's, that happens sometimes. And, I don't want to, put it all on McCarthy. It could be just that Rodgers is trying to make a play, which he does get criticized at times that he doesn't try to do enough. But I don't know if it's him trying to make a big play. I don't know if it's McCarthy's play calling. But, what happened to, Cobb in the slot? Let's put Jordy Nelson in the slot. Let's put Jones in the slot. Let's match up these safeties and linebackers up with Cobb, Nelson, Jones. And let's attack them that way.
Yeah, I agree. We got to use our weapons more, and we'll get right into it. You're talking about using our passing game to open up our running game, which I thought we were doing really well in the first half. I mean, we had another 100-yard rusher again, back-to-back games. But I'm thinking the pass is opening up our run. It's totally different than before when you use the run to set up the pass. We're using our passing attack to set up our run. And it's working. And then in the second half, we get away and we think all of a sudden we can pound body for body, inch for inch, and just run the ball. And we can't do it. We cannot do it. And then go ahead.
I actually think part of the biggest issue is that, I know Franklin's not a closer. When you look at James Stark and Lacey, those are the guys you want pounding it out in the second half. I think, we threw the ball too much in the second half, especially, like I said, those 2 interceptions. It's, why take those chances? Let's move the chains, keep the chains moving, and let's just take what the defense gives you, because you have this 30-14 lead. Take what the defense gives you with the passing game and run the ball. Take what the defense gives you. Okay, we don't have to, let's punt. But, Rodgers did, a couple of times did that all for nothing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, all 3 touchdowns the Bengals had in the second half, at least 2 of them, were off turnovers. There's a fumble return, and at least one of his interceptions they ended up scoring a touchdown on, if not all 3 of them.
Yeah, you're right. Turnovers, I mean, we created turnovers defensively, but we also gave turnovers up too. And I can totally agree with you that it's not so much getting conservative, but we need to make smart play calls. And you're absolutely right. If the defense is going to put 6 in the box and we can run and get 3-4 yards, then let's do it. If they're going to stack the box, then let's do something short, quick, in front of the defense so that we're able to actually, at that time, be able to move the chains like you're saying. So let's go to that last play call, the play call that cost us the game. People are arguing both ways. Well, he should have kicked the field goal. I don't disagree with Mike McCarthy going for it on 4th down there. I do disagree with handing the ball to Franklin up the middle, however. What do you think on that play?
See, I'm kind of torn. I don't think going for the field goal would have hurt. Go for the field goal. If we make it, it's a 6-point game. They have to score a touchdown. They have to drive the length of the field and score a touchdown to win. But on the other hand, we go for it, we keep the clock moving, and then we try to run out the clock and kick a field goal later, down when the clock's run down a little bit. But I'm definitely with you, though. I did not like that play call. I don't know why you run, James Franklin, a 190-pound running back, if even that, right up the heart of the Cincinnati defense when Evan Smith had been beaten all game long by, what's his name, Petco, that big defensive tackle they have.
Yeah, we made that. Yeah, we made that guy look like he's an all-pro. The guy looked like he was an all-pro. And he hasn't done anything all year until he played us.
Yeah, well, he is a heck of a football player. He is a very good football player, but I don't get why you're running at him. Go attack the perimeter. Do a fake Franklin up the middle, pitch it out to Cobb, or fake Cobb up the middle, pitch it out to Franklin. As you were suggesting in our pre-show talk, run Rodgers on a bootleg.
Yeah, I said it right there after the fumble. I'm like, why didn't we do some kind of play action? Because they were loading the box. I mean, if you watch the replay, on the fumble. Had he held on to the ball, he was losing 2 yards. He was losing 2 yards. He wasn't even getting back to the line of scrimmage. So why not do some kind of play action like you're suggesting? Play action, pitch the ball to Cobb, let Cobb at least try to get some positive yards, or roll Rodgers out into a bootleg. And if the defense does collapse on him, well, that should open up a receiver running the short 3-yard route for the first down, which would be Cobb in the slot running in front of the linebackers. And like you and I said, their linebackers are not good in coverage. There's no one that's going to cover Randall Cobb on a play like that we can't convert if the defense steps up to Rodgers on the bootleg. So I just think the play call was terrible. And now going back to what you're saying about the field goal, do you think that McCarthy went for it, and I'm going to ask your opinion on this, was it to prove to everyone that we are aggressive, we're a physical team, or was it a lack of confidence in Crosby kicking?
I think it was trying to be something the Packers are not, and that's we're going to run the ball on you up the gut and get the first down every time. I think that's what it was, more than not having confidence in Crosby. Because up to that point, Crosby and Zane every field goal he's attempted. So I don't think it was a lack of trust in Crosby, because Crosby's looked very impressive this year. I think McCarthy's like, okay, we're going to go mano-a-mano against you, and we're going to go up the gut on you, and you're not going to stop us. But like I said, that Bengal defensive line, especially Petco, was that his name? He was killing Deezer Smith the entire game. He took Deezer Smith in a bull rush, drove him into the backfield, into Rodgers, and caused Rodgers to fall to the ground and get sacked.
Yeah, I remember that play.
That play call was stupid.
Yeah, that was an ugly call, or that was an ugly play when that happened. I remember that play.
Yeah.
So
I'm typically not one to criticize McCarthy or put it on McCarthy. It's not usually my MO. But McCarthy's lack of creativity on that last play, that's what did the Packers in.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I mean, who are we to criticize, right? We're not on the sideline. We're not in the flow of the game. But we've watched enough football to realize that, this just does not seem right. So, with all that said, too, that led up this week then to, we can point other things. I don't think that fumble, that's what caused the loss, right? But there was other plays in that game where we can take points off of the board. And what comes to mind is we got Jeremy Ross, and he got cut this week. But he fumbles that kickoff, and now they're up 14-0.
Yeah, I've never in my life seen that happen on a kickoff before, where he muffs the kickoff attempt, and then it gets recovered inside the 5-yard line by the other team. And, if Ross is just able to field the ball there, we got the ball at, the 15, 20-yard line.
Yeah,
The Bengals had to have seen something in film to know that Ross would have trouble fielding the ball. They had to have seen something.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that, and I don't know how you can misjudge that. You're running straight onto the ball. Are you just not? And to me, that just looks like a lack of mental preparation. I mean, yeah, it was a short kick, and you had to run, and you're not used to that. But you know what? You got to hold on to the ball. You're our kick returner. We put you back there. You should have good hands. Or maybe I'm just crazy. But a fumble on a kickoff drives me crazy. You know.
And then he almost killed us on another one where thankfully the ball went out. They ruled the ball went out of bounds before he touched it. Where he stepped out of bounds like at the 1 yard line when he went to pick the ball up. If those refs didn't say the ball went out of bounds first, we would have been pinned down at our own 1 yard line, having to drive 99 yards.
Yeah, so I was okay when they cut him. I was like, good riddance. Good riddance.
Yeah, he's a good guy from what I've heard. I know people that have, gone to training camp, gone to OTAs and all that to watch, and they've got a chance to talk to him. He's a good guy, so it sucks to see somebody that's a genuine good person get cut, but yeah, football's a business, and if you don't do your job, it's like, you and I, if we don't do our job, we get let go.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not about being a good guy. A lot of good guys get cut, and I'm not saying that he cost us the game. However, you and I were saying take those 7 points off the board, and there's 7 points that they need, right? Maybe
strongly contributed to 2 losses this season.
Yes.
Like the San Francisco game was his lack of instincts on kick returns. Should I come out? Shouldn't I go out? Oh crap! Now I'm down at 10. And then with Cincinnati, that fumble, he's contributed to 2 losses this year. So I'm not going to say he's why we lost, but he was a major factor why we lost.
Oh, sure. I agree with you 100%. So who do you think we're going to put back there to return kicks now?
That's a very good question. I know they had 2 guys in this week, yesterday actually, Green Bay Blizzard player, B.J. Hill, and Orlin Smith. He's a former running back from Georgia Tech. I don't know how that's going to work out with those 2, but I don't feel comfortable putting Cobb back there, being that we are now awfully thin at wide receiver, which what they could do if Starks is healthy and Kuhn gets healthy, put Franklin back there, especially on kickoff, and let Franklin do his thing in the open field because he's very dangerous in the open field. So I would have no problem with Franklin back there, or if they bring somebody in, what I want to know, and I don't know if he has anything left in the tank or not, but Josh Cribbs, who has been a very good kick and punt returner off in the league, is currently a free agent. Does he have anything left in the tank?
I'll tell you what. Why not take a chance on him? I think that would be a smart move to at least look at him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need.
That's something Ron Wolf would have done. That's something Ron Wolf would do.
If it's going to make our team better, why not look at it? But I agree with you 100%. I don't want to see Randall Cobb back there, and this is why. If for some reason, if I was another team and I saw Cobb back there, I would only kick the ball to the goal line so he couldn't down it, because I'd try to knock his head off and give him a concussion. I mean, I'm not saying that people are going out headhunting, but you got to think about our major weapon on offense. Do we want to put him at risk? And if I was an opposing team, I would want him getting hit on the kickoffs. I wouldn't kick it out of the end zone if he was there, because I'd want to try to get more hits on him to limit what he's doing offensively.
Definitely. I could see teams doing that. And, they've, there was a couple helmet-to-helmet hits in the Bengals game, a couple helmet-to-helmet hits in the Redskins game that weren't called. So, hey, if they're not going to throw the flag, why not?
Exactly. And so, with that said, Bud, we're going to wrap up our Packer talk. I think it actually helped us having technical difficulties, or somebody calling in gave us almost 25 minutes of Packer talk today. So I'm going to wrap up Packer talk, and then we're going to come back at you guys with our Twitter talk, and we got 2 great topics tonight. So with that said, people, hang tight, click on the other link, check out Twitter talk with Evan and myself.